Have you ever noticed a persistent odor down there that just won't go away no matter how much attention you pay to hygiene? It's a frustrating problem many face, especially as we age. What if I told you it might not be your fault at all? In fact, there are surprising habits hidden in our daily routines that could be the real culprits. Today, I'm going to reveal 5 shocking clothing habits that might be causing this issue for older women. And more importantly, what you can do to feel fresh, comfortable, and confident again. Stick with me, because these simple yet powerful changes could completely transform your daily comfort and boost your confidence like never before. Before we dive in, I'd like to thank you for being here. If you find value in this video, please give it a like. It really helps me continue sharing vital health lessons for seniors. If you haven't subscribed yet, I strongly encourage you to do so and turn on notifications so you never miss any important updates. And hey, I want to hear from you. If this video helps, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, a 0 so I can make it better next time. Now, let's start with the very foundation of your wardrobe: underwear. It's the first thing we put on every morning and the last thing we remove at night. But how often do we really consider what our underwear is doing to our bodies? For many, underwear is more than just a necessity. It's about feeling put together, confident, and even a little glamorous. Maybe you love the sleek elegance of a lacy thong, the shaping support of high-waisted briefs, or the snug, secure feeling of tight panties hugging your curves just right. I understand completely. For years, I was devoted to my collection of synthetic panties, nylon, polyester, spandex, you name it, because they made me feel polished and in control. But here's the truth no one tells us. These synthetic fabrics could be silently harming your intimate health. As we grow older, our bodies inevitably change, and what worked perfectly in our 30s or 40s can start to cause unexpected problems once we reach our 60s, 70s, and beyond. One major culprit is tight underwear, especially those made from synthetic fabrics. Materials like shiny nylon, stretchy spandex, or slick polyester are designed to cling tightly to your skin, creating a smooth, flattering silhouette. But there's a hidden downside. These fabrics simply don't breathe. Why does this matter? Synthetic materials trap heat and moisture right against your skin, creating a warm, damp environment, basically a 5-star resort for bacteria and yeast. The vaginal area is naturally warm and moist, but it also depends on good airflow to maintain balance and stay healthy. When you cover it with non-breathable fabric, that delicate balance is thrown off. Bacteria such as Escherichia coli and yeast, like Candida albicans, can multiply rapidly, leading not only to unpleasant odor, but also to irritation, itching, or infections, such as bacterial vaginosis and yeast infections. Research shows women who wear synthetic underwear, especially if it's tight, are more susceptible to these problems. The tightness increases friction and traps even more moisture, worsening the situation. Speaking specifically about odor, the persistent, not-so-fresh smell you may notice, it often results from bacteria breaking down sweat, natural vaginal secretions, or dead skin cells in an environment where they can grow unchecked. The tighter the underwear, the less air circulation there is, so drying out becomes impossible, and the odor intensifies. Add to that the hormonal changes from menopause, which cause vaginal tissues to thin and pH levels to shift, and you have a recipe for an escalating problem. I recall a real-life example of my friend Margaret, who struggled silently with these symptoms for months before discovering the root cause. This was exactly the struggle Margaret faced. In her late 60s, she was vibrant and stylish on the outside, but privately battling embarrassment over a persistent odor she just couldn't seem to shake. She blamed her diet, her hygiene, or maybe even some hidden medical condition she was too shy to discuss. Desperate for a solution, she started using harsh soaps and douches, which only made her sensitive skin more irritated and worsened the problem. Then one day during a casual coffee chat, she finally opened up to me. I asked about her underwear choices, and it turned out she had been wearing the same synthetic shapewear style panties for years because they gave her a slimmer look under her dresses. In reality, fashion was making her miserable. Taking my advice, Margaret switched to 100% cotton underwear, loose-fitting, breathable, and unbleached. Within just a week, the odor disappeared, her irritation eased, and she felt like herself again. She even laughed at how she had been suffering for vanity's sake all that time. This story perfectly illustrates the power of a small change. So, what should you do instead if you want to stay fresh and comfortable? It's time to rethink your underwear drawer. Here's my golden rule. If it doesn't breathe, I don't wear it. Cotton is king because it's soft, absorbent, and allows air to circulate freely, keeping your skin dry and balanced. Look for underwear made from 100% cotton or bamboo, another natural, breathable option with antimicrobial properties. Avoid blends containing synthetic fibers, as even a small amount of spandex can significantly reduce breathability. Opt for looser styles like classic briefs or boxer-style underwear that don't cling too tightly. And if you love a bit of style, don't worry. There are plenty of cotton panties with pretty details like embroidery or soft elastic that don't sacrifice comfort for looks. Here's a professional tip for you. Always check the crotch of your underwear. It should be made of cotton, too, not lined with synthetic materials that trap moisture. This small detail makes a big difference. Other helpful suggestions include washing your underwear with hypoallergenic, fragrance-free detergent to avoid irritation. Make sure to change your underwear daily, or even more often if you're active, to keep everything fresh and healthy. If possible, try sleeping without underwear. It gives your body a chance to breathe overnight, which can be incredibly refreshing. Also, if you're prone to infections, avoid wearing thongs. They can transfer bacteria from back to front, increasing your risk of irritation or infection. Life's too short to suffer through itchy lace, swampy spandex, or constant worries about odor. Remember, comfort is the new sexy, and trust me, you'll feel completely liberated when you make the switch to more breathable, comfortable choices. If you're still watching and finding these lessons helpful, please comment one below to let me know you're with me. I truly appreciate your valuable time. Now, let's talk about something that hits close to home for many of us: wearing the same pajamas for days on end. Raise your hand if you have that one favorite pair of pajamas, the ones so soft, perfectly broken in, maybe even a little faded, that you just can't imagine sleeping in anything else. They're like a warm hug after a long day. You slip them on after dinner, lounge on the couch, sleep in them, and then maybe wear them again the next night, and the night after that. No judgment here. We've all been there. But here's the hard truth. Wearing the same pajamas night after night without washing can turn your cozy sleepwear into a breeding ground for odor-causing bacteria. Even if you're not someone who sweats heavily, your body is constantly producing moisture, natural oils, and dead skin cells while you sleep. Over time, these build up and create the perfect environment for bacteria to thrive. Over time, all those sweat, oils, and skin cells get absorbed into your pajamas, especially around the pelvic area. This spot is naturally warm, covered, and unfortunately prone to trapping bacteria. As days go by, this can lead to a stubborn, musty odor that just won't go away, even after a thorough shower. Why is this such a problem? While you sleep, your body is busy repairing and renewing itself. At the same time, it's shedding skin cells, producing sweat, and releasing vaginal secretions. Even if you don't feel sweaty, your pajamas, especially the bottoms, stay in close contact with your skin for hours. If you happen to wear them multiple nights in a row, those fabrics become the perfect breeding ground, or a petri dish, for bacteria like Staphylococcus or Corynebacterium. These microbes thrive in warm, moist environments and produce compounds responsible for unpleasant smells. If you're menopausal, hormonal changes can make your skin and vaginal microbiome more sensitive, amplifying the problem. Plus, pajamas aren't always as breathable as we might think. Many are made from synthetic blends or treated with chemicals that reduce airflow. Even cotton pajamas can lose their breathability if they're old, worn out, or washed with fabric softeners that coat the fibers. The result? A vicious cycle of odor that's difficult to break unless you consciously change your habits. Here's my personal wake-up call. I'll admit, I was guilty of this myself years ago. I had a favorite pair of flannel pajama pants, soft, cozy, and just the right weight to wear all year long. I would wear them 3, 4, sometimes even 5 nights in a row, thinking, they don't smell bad, so what's the harm? I wasn't sweating buckets, and I showered daily, so I figured I was fine. But then, I started noticing a faint, musty odor that I just couldn't ignore anymore. That musty odor seemed to cling to me no matter how much I washed. I tried everything, fancy soaps, stronger deodorants, even cutting garlic out of my diet, but nothing made a difference. It was frustrating and embarrassing. Then, a nurse friend finally suggested that my pajamas might be the real culprit. At first, I was skeptical. How could something as simple as pajamas cause this issue? But I decided to give it a try. I bought 2 more pairs of cotton pajama pants and started rotating them, changing every night or every other night. I made sure to wash them in hot water using a mild, fragrance-free detergent. Within just a few days, the odor vanished. I felt fresher, more feminine, and honestly, more cared for. It was such a simple fix, yet it made a world of difference. So, what should you do instead to keep things fresh and comfortable? The key lies in rotation and hygiene. First, make it a habit to rotate your pajamas regularly. Aim to have at least 3 pairs of pajama bottoms so you can switch them out every night or 2. This gives each pair ample time to air out and be thoroughly cleaned. Next, choose breathable fabrics like 100% cotton or bamboo pajamas. These materials wick moisture away from your skin and allow air to flow freely. Avoid synthetic blends or flannel pajamas that are too heavy, as they tend to trap heat and moisture. Also, wash your pajamas after 1 or 2 wears, even if they don't look or smell dirty, because bacteria can build up invisibly. Use fragrance-free detergents and avoid fabric softeners, which can coat fibers and trap odors. Shower before bed to reduce the oils and bacteria transferred to your sleepwear. And if you aren't washing your pajamas daily, hang them in a well-ventilated area during the day to dry out any leftover moisture. This small change in habits doesn't just keep odors away, it's a simple act of self-care. There's something truly empowering about slipping into fresh, clean pajamas every night. It's like giving yourself a little gift of comfort and respect, a quiet way to honor your body and your well-being. At our age, we've certainly earned the right to comfort and care. Now, let's talk about something many women use daily, but rarely discuss openly. Wearing panty liners all day, every day. This is a sensitive topic, and I approach it with all the love and understanding in the world. For many women, panty liners have become an essential part of daily life, whether it's to manage light bladder leaks, occasional discharge, or simply for the extra layer of protection and reassurance. We've been taught that liners equal cleanliness, and in some ways they do provide peace of mind. But here's what most of us don't realize. Wearing panty liners all day, especially disposable ones, can actually cause more problems than they solve, including stubborn odors that just won't go away. Why is this such a problem? Most disposable panty liners are designed for convenience, not for skin health. They typically have a plastic backing to prevent leaks, a core made from bleached wood pulp or synthetic fibers, and sometimes added fragrances to keep you feeling fresh. But these materials create a sealed, non-breathable environment that traps heat and moisture against your skin. Imagine wrapping your most sensitive area in plastic wrap for hours on end. That's what it feels like. Your skin needs to breathe, especially in such a delicate area. When it's constantly covered, moisture builds up, creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and yeast. This can lead to irritation, itching, and yes, odor, sometimes strong, embarrassing, and persistent. Research has shown that prolonged use of non-breathable liners can disrupt the natural balance of the vaginal microbiome, increasing the risk of infections like bacterial vaginosis, which is often accompanied by a distinct fishy odor. There's also the concern about the materials themselves. Many liners are bleached with chlorine, which leaves behind residual chemicals that can irritate sensitive skin even further. Many disposable panty liners are bleached with chemicals like dioxins, which can irritate already sensitive skin. The fragrances, though marketed as fresh and clean, are a frequent cause of allergic reactions and can upset the natural pH balance of the vagina, making odors even worse. If you're wearing liners to manage bladder leaks, the constant moisture from urine can worsen the situation, since urine acts like a magnet for bacteria. Here's a vivid way to imagine it. Think about wearing a plastic glove on your hand all day long. Even if you're not sweating, your skin becomes clammy and uncomfortable. And when you finally take the glove off, it doesn't exactly smell like roses. Now imagine doing that to one of the most delicate, sensitive parts of your body every single day. That's what non-breathable panty liners are doing. They might feel like protection, but often they're creating the very problem you're trying to avoid. I want to share a friend's story. Linda's experience might sound familiar. She relied on panty liners for years because of occasional stress incontinence. She believed the liners kept her clean and confident. But over time, she began to notice a strong odor that made her self-conscious. She tried changing liners multiple times a day, switched to scented versions, and even doubled up on deodorants. Nothing worked. When Linda finally brought this up with her gynecologist, the doctor asked about her liner habits. Linda was shocked to learn that the liners themselves were likely the problem. Following medical advice, she switched to breathable organic cotton liners and started pelvic floor exercises to help manage her leaks. Within weeks, the odor disappeared, and she felt like a heavy weight had been lifted. So, what should you do instead? If you need to wear liners, it's important to use them wisely to protect your skin. Choose breathable materials. Look for liners made from natural fibers like organic cotton that allow airflow and reduce moisture buildup. Look for panty liners made from 100% organic cotton or bamboo without any plastic backing. Brands like Nature R or 7th Generation offer great options. These natural materials allow air to flow freely and help reduce moisture buildup, which is crucial for keeping the skin healthy. Avoid liners with fragrances and chemicals. Unscented and unbleached liners tend to be much gentler on your skin and less likely to cause irritation or disrupt your vaginal pH balance. Changing liners frequently is another key step. Aim to swap them out every 3 to 4 hours, or even more often if they become wet, to prevent bacteria from accumulating. If you're looking for an eco-friendly and skin-friendly alternative, consider reusable cloth liners. Washable liners made from organic cotton or hemp are not only cost-effective, but also much kinder to your skin. They are soft, breathable, and easy to care for. Whenever possible, give your skin a break by going liner-free for part of the day, like at night, to let your skin breathe and recover. If you're relying on liners because of bladder leaks or heavy discharge, it's important to address the root cause. Talk to your doctor about pelvic floor exercises such as Kegels, dietary changes like reducing caffeine intake, or medical treatments including vaginal estrogen for postmenopausal women. A urogynecologist or pelvic health specialist can offer tailored solutions that meet your individual needs. Remember, you deserve to feel comfortable, dignified, and confident. That starts with treating your body with care. If liners are part of your daily routine, make choices that support your health rather than sabotage it. And don't hesitate to have an open conversation with your healthcare provider. There's absolutely no shame in seeking solutions that help you feel your very best. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons helpful, please comment 2 below to let me know you're with me. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Now, let's talk about shapewear. The magical garments we all know and some of us love. Whether it's Spanx, control briefs, tummy smoothers, or high-waisted shapers, these pieces promise to sculpt our figures into smooth, confident silhouettes. Maybe you call them your secret weapon, or simply your suck-it-in shorts. Most of us have a pair tucked away for special occasions, and some might even wear them daily, slipping them on before work, church, or family gatherings. I understand. There's something undeniably empowering about feeling snatched, tucked, and ready to strut your stuff in that form-fitting dress or tailored slacks. I'll never forget the day I wore shapewear to my granddaughter's wedding. I chose a sleek, champagne-colored gown, and those high-waisted control shorts made me feel like the Queen of England, elegant, poised, and at least a decade younger. I danced, laughed, and posed for photos, feeling like I was floating on air. But as the reception entered its fifth hour, my fairy tale started to unravel. Those shorts, which had felt like a gentle hug at first, began squeezing me like a boa constrictor. My skin felt clammy, and when I finally peeled them off in the hotel room, I caught a whiff of something decidedly less royal. Here's the science behind it, straight from my conversations with my gynecologist. Shapewear, especially the tight, full-coverage kind, compresses your pelvic area and traps moisture against your skin. Your vulva and vaginal area need proper air circulation to stay healthy, but shapewear, especially when paired with non-breathable fabrics like polyester dresses or worn in hot, humid weather, creates a sealed environment that's perfect for bacteria and yeast to thrive. This warm, damp environment is a perfect breeding ground for bacteria and yeast, which can lead to irritation, yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, and yes, a strong, unpleasant odor. For older women like me, whose skin becomes thinner and more sensitive due to menopause-related hormonal changes, the risks only increase. Our natural vaginal pH becomes less acidic as we age, making us more vulnerable to imbalances that can cause odor or infections. I learned this lesson the hard way during a long day at church a few years ago. It was one of those marathon Sundays, morning service, a potluck lunch, and an afternoon women's ministry meeting. I wore my favorite tummy control shorts under a linen skirt, thinking I'd look polished and put together for all 7 hours. But by the time I got home, I was walking as if I'd spent the entire day riding a horse. My skin was red and irritated, and there was a distinct sour smell that made me cringe. It took 2 days of airing out, switching to loose cotton underwear, and using a probiotic cream my doctor recommended before I felt normal again. Definitely not my finest hour. So, what's the fix? Here's my shapewear survival guide, honed through years of trial and error. First, make shapewear a special occasion choice. Reserve it for events where you want that extra polish, weddings, reunions, holiday parties. It's not meant to be your everyday uniform. Your body will thank you for giving it room to breathe. On regular days, set a time limit. Aim to wear shapewear no more than 4 hours at a stretch. If you're attending a long event, consider slipping into the restroom halfway through to remove it, or bring a looser outfit to change into later. I now always pack a flowy maxi dress in my bag just in case. After the event, relief is essential. Choose shapewear made from breathable materials. Look for those with cotton or moisture-wicking panels in the crotch area. Avoid full coverage styles that feel like plastic wrap wrapped tightly around you. Brands like Shapermint or Maidenform offer options designed with ventilation in mind, giving your skin a chance to breathe even while providing support. Once you're home, prioritize post-shapewear care. The moment you step through the door, ditch the shapewear before you even take off your shoes. Gently wash the area with a mild, fragrance-free soap. I personally recommend Dove or Cetaphil. After washing, pat the skin dry and slip into loose, breathable cotton underwear. If you're prone to irritation, a thin layer of barrier cream like Aquaphor can soothe sensitive skin and provide extra protection. Take a moment to check your wardrobe choices too. Pair shapewear with breathable fabrics like cotton or linen dresses instead of synthetic materials that trap heat. And if it's a hot day, consider skipping the shapewear altogether. Remember, no one's scrutinizing your waistline as much as you think, and your comfort should always come first. Most importantly, remember that true confidence doesn't come from a pair of control briefs. It comes from how you carry yourself. If shapewear makes you feel like $1,000,000, by all means, use it. But use it wisely. Don't let it hold your body hostage or compromise your health. If you're still watching and finding these tips helpful, please comment 3 below to let me know you're still here with me. I truly appreciate your valuable time. Now, let's move on to another sneaky culprit, wearing damp workout clothes or swimsuits for too long. This one often catches us off guard because it starts with the best intentions. Maybe you're squeezing in a morning walk around the neighborhood. Maybe you're out for a walk around the neighborhood, hitting a Zumba class at the community center, or joining your friends for water aerobics at the retirement village pool. You feel energized and proud of staying active. Perhaps you decide to linger afterward for a chat or a cup of tea, still wearing your sweaty leggings or wet swimsuit. It seems harmless enough. After all, you're just relaxing, right? Actually, that's a common misconception. Doctors have been warning about this for years, and I can speak from experience. Those lingering damp clothes have left me with more than a few itches to prove it. Sitting around in damp, tight-fitting clothes, especially ones that cling closely to your pelvic area, is like rolling out the red carpet for bacteria and yeast. The warm, moist environment created by wet fabric is a perfect storm for irritation, unpleasant odors, and infections like yeast infections or bacterial vaginosis. And let me tell you, at 75, dealing with funky smells or an unexpected trip to the doctor for an infection is definitely not on my bingo card. My wake-up call came during my water aerobics days. I loved those classes, the splashy music, the camaraderie, the feeling of being weightless in the pool. After class, a few of us would sit on the poolside benches, draping towels over our laps and sipping coffee while catching up. I would often stay in my swimsuit, thinking the towel was enough to keep things under control. But after a few sessions, I started noticing a fishy odor later in the day, followed by itching that made me want to rush straight to the shower. At first, I blamed the pool's chlorine or maybe a bad batch of soap. But when it happened again and again, I realized the problem was me, sitting in that wet swimsuit for nearly an hour, letting my skin stew in moisture. The same caution applies to workout clothes, especially those tight, synthetic leggings or shorts that trap sweat and heat close to your skin for long periods. Those moisture-wicking leggings that sound so high-tech. Don't get me wrong, I love their fancy fabrics. But they're not magic. If you don't change out of them within 20 to 30 minutes after sweating, you're essentially steaming your undercarriage. I made this mistake once after a power walking session with my neighbor. We finished our loop, sat on her porch enjoying lemonade, and I didn't think twice about staying in my damp leggings. By evening, I was dealing with a smell so strong it could have cleared a room, along with a rash that had me reaching for hydrocortisone cream. Here's how I keep this problem at bay now, with a routine that's become second nature. First, I change immediately after any activity, whether it's swimming, working out, or even a sweaty gardening session. I make it a rule to get out of damp clothes within 15 minutes, no exceptions. If I'm at the pool or gym, I head straight to the locker room right after class, even if it means cutting my coffee chat short. I also keep a post-activity kit in my car. It has a clean pair of cotton underwear, a soft cotton dress or loose pants, and a pack of fragrance-free baby wipes for a quick refresh if I can't shower right away. This little kit has been a game changer for long days out. When I get home, I shower smartly, rinsing off with lukewarm water and using a gentle pH-balanced cleanser. Vagisil's unscented wash is my go-to. Hot water can dry out sensitive skin, so I keep it mild. After washing, I make sure to pat the area dry thoroughly, because moisture is the enemy here. Finally, I choose the right gear for workouts. I opt for looser-fitting shorts or leggings that have a cotton-lined crotch. For swimming, I pick swimsuits made with quick-drying fabrics to avoid staying damp for too long. I also avoid styles that are too tight and always make sure my workout gear is clean before putting it on. Damp clothes sitting forgotten in a gym bag? That's a definite no-go. After changing, I give my skin some breathing room at home by slipping into a loose cotton nightgown or robe for an hour or so. It's not glamorous, but it works wonders to let things air out naturally. Here's one last tip. If you're prone to infections or notice recurring odors, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor about taking a daily probiotic supplement or using a topical probiotic cream. These can help balance your vaginal flora, especially as we age and our bodies produce less natural lubrication and beneficial bacteria. And if you do end up with irritation or a stubborn smell that just won't quit, don't be shy. See your gynecologist. There's absolutely no shame in taking care of your body, and trust me, they've heard it all. All right, ladies, we've covered a lot today, from ditching tight synthetic underwear to changing out of damp workout clothes right away. I hope you're feeling empowered to make some simple yet powerful changes for your health and comfort. So tell me, what's one thing you've learned from this video that you're ready to put into practice? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more real talk just like this. Until next time, take care of yourself, each and every one of you. Wishing you all health, happiness, and peace. And remember to subscribe to Healthy Aging Blueprint.